I'm Hannah.
And I'm Marnie, I'm Hannah's mum. 5 years ago, Hannah left home to go flatting. She was studying at Otago. Do you remember what you were studying?
Film and media and Japanese.
And music. Big time. And she was doing some modelling for some friends of ours in Gore at the Hokanui fashion show. Took off, middle of winter, tried to get to Gore and didn't make it. Hannah had a car accident and life changed for us considerably. Those first few days were just an absolute nightmare, trauma, shock. How can this happen?
Horror.
You have a girl who's fit, beautiful, healthy, happy, and off she goes, and you come, here she is. No. Amongst many other injuries, she had a broken neck and a severe traumatic brain injury. She's had to learn to walk, speak, move, eat, socialise, write, read, everything that we take for granted. Hannah's had to do, relearn.
Again.
I think we first heard about the Physio Pool when we were in ISIS, and some of the other patients were being transported down there. And we looked forward to the time when someone was going to say, right, Hannah is going to be well enough to take her down. We took 3 support people, a wheelchair. We had someone to help you get changed and get dressed again at the end. We had to use the hoist to lower you into the pool. We had flotation aids and 3 people in the water supporting Hannah. So it was huge. I can't imagine doing that in a public swimming pool where you're mixing with the general public. It's just not appropriate. So my diary goes, this was a girl who was struggling to do absolutely everything. Everything was a challenge, everything was hard work, but she did it like this with a smile on her face. She's amazing. And I could just quote, "A million magic moments beamed from Hannah's face as she was lowered into the enveloping warmth. She kicked, moved her arms, floated around, looked ecstatic. She seemed to fly in the water, so free and relaxed, such a contrast to the huge demands and challenges of everyday life." Right at the start, you couldn't do very much. We had to do all the moving for Hannah, so we would move her arms, we would get her to try and move her legs, we would push her from one person to another and have that great sense of fun and freedom in the pool. We've just slowly over time done arm exercises, leg exercises, trunk exercises, learning to breathe again. We brought a snorkel and mask into the pool so that Hannah didn't have to think about arms and legs and breathing. When you break swimming down, there's so much to it. And you just do it when you're a new learner, but when you have to relearn, you break it down and think of all these things you have to do. So we used floaty boards, we used the spaghetti noodles.
It's the funnest time ever.
So going into the water is the funnest time ever.
Yes, because the water's nice and warm. It feels like a bath.
We've got Hannah to the stage where she's floating, she's swimming on her own. Today we did more than 16 lengths. I just can't, when I think back to what she was like, totally dependent on other people, and now here she is swimming, front crawl, backstroke, wearing not a snorkel anymore, just the goggles and occasionally flippers to keep her up in the water. The pool has undoubtedly played a major role in Hannah's rehab. It has allowed her to move, get fit, be warm while she did it. We wouldn't have gone back if it was cold. So Hannah gets really, what happens?
If it gets cold, I shiver. Oh.
Uncontrollably. Her body temperature is really hard to control.
Yes.
So the warmth is a hugely important aspect for us. Not just in the water, but in the environment where it's compact. It's just a few steps to the changing room. If the pool were to close, I don't know what we would do. It's the one day of the week when Hannah can exercise freely, safely. She's independent.
I love the physio pool and I need the physio pool.
Everyone using the physio pool has a story. Hannah's story is a success story because of where she's at now is just wonderful. I just can't imagine this pool not being around for other people to have such opportunities for success to happen in their lives. So that's why we're talking out. We would like the physio pool to please stay open.
Please.